Welcome back in one of the best for plays YouTube channel. Today is Monday. It is May 19th, and I'm back breaking down some MLB picks and props for you guys on the Monday slate. Nothing on Sunday, and it's a good thing too, because I was going to go Boston and Braves under first five. Like they scored 8 in the first five. I was going to take Riley Green over bases. That did cash, and then I was going to take the Subway series tonight. I was going to be on the Mets, but decided not to do it. But we're going to break down the games for Friday night that we had. We had a 2-1 day with a push. Rangers first five, 1-1. Tyler dealing with Ronel Blanco. That game finished 1-1 after 5 innings. The winner we had in that game was Tyler over the 17.5 outs. Pitched 6 strong innings, only gave up 1 run going up against the Astros. Corbin Carroll over 2.5 bases, what we had to take because 1.5 was minus, I think, 195. And he only got a single, so that was a loser for Corbin Carroll in that game against the Rockies. Cardinals beat the Royals 1-0 off of 2 hits. That shows you how good that Royals offense has been this season. So we'll take the 2-1 day, winning day. Anytime we get a winning day, I'm happy with a winning day. But let's go to the plays for Monday and take a look at the plays for tomorrow. We're going to be looking at the Twins, who just lost today. They snapped their 13-game winning streak going up against the Guardians. Also going to be looking at the Mets after this game tonight. They're going to be traveling to Boston to take on the Boston Red Sox. We're going to start in that game. I'm taking the Mets first 5 innings minus a half. I'm not going to click on them because I'm not sure if that bet's out yet. Going to take a little bit of navigate. We're going to take the Mets minus a half on the first 5. Kodai Senga going up against basically a rookie for the Boston Red Sox, Hunter Dobbins. He's getting a chance in the big leagues this season. I'm going to fade Hunter Dobbins in this game in the first 5 innings. Two reasons, really. Senga's been really good for the Mets. A 1.02 ERA so far for Kodai. He's been able to go 5+ innings in every single game or every single matchup so far this year, besides one that was against the Diamondbacks. And he's allowed no runs in back-to-back games going up against the D-backs and the Pirates. That 1.02 ERA is one of the best in the MLB this season with a 1.17 WHIP. 4 wins, 2 losses. He should be able to shut down the Boston Red Sox, who, despite their game today against the Braves, they scored a bunch of runs. They haven't been able to put up a lot of runs over the last week. They were putting up a lot of runs couple weeks ago, but the bats have kind of slowed down as of late. For Dobbins in this matchup going up against the Mets are one of the better teams in the MLB this season. They may crumble at the end of the season, but right now the Mets are a very strong team. Dobbins coming into this game, giving up 4+ runs in 2 of the last 3 starts against the Tigers and the Twins. He gave up 4+ runs in both those games. The game that he shut the opposing team out was against the Royals. He gave up 5 hits, no runs, 6 innings in that game. He actually started off the season pretty hot, but he has really cooled down over the last several games. He's coming in with a 4 ERA on the year, 9 runs given up over the last 2 games where he's been pulled pretty early. I'm going to take the Mets here, first 5, minus a half as the first play. Second play, Twins and Guardians. I just mentioned the Twins. They snapped their a winning streak of 13 games today. Lost to the Brewers. I believe it was 5-2, something like that. I want to hop back on the wagon here, though, for the Twins. They're going to get the win here. We're going to take them in the first 5 as well. We're going to back Bailey over. Logan Allen's coming into this game, giving up 3 hits to the Brewers, no runs given up in the last one. But besides that game against the Brewers, it's been tough sledding ever since the start of May. He gave up 3 runs to the Nationals, 7 runs to the Red Sox, and 2 runs to the Blue Jays. Gave up 7+ hits in all 3 of those games as well. He is coming into this game in somewhat poor form. That Brewers game, maybe it's just, he got lucky or what. But the numbers for him this season haven't been great. 3.70 ERA. He did have that good game against the Brewers. We're going to back Bailey over. He has been one of the best pitchers in the MLB over the last several games. He had 1 bad start the very first game of the season, had a 27 ERA, 2.2 innings pitched in that game going up against the Cardinals, 8 hits, 8 run, 8 earned. He was 2 away from all of those for hitting a triple-double. Love the triple-double in the MLB. Coming off a poor game going up against the Orioles, but he only gave up 2 hits in that game, 3 earned runs given up, gave up a home run, had a little bit of control problems with the walks, but if he keeps that in check, he's going to be just fine in this one. Worked that ERA from 27 all the way down to 3.50. Yes, he's given up a few too many hits this season, but he has been keeping the runs to a minimum. He is the Logan Webb this season of Logan Webb in 2024. So I'm going to back him in this game, and I'm going to back the Twins. Winners of 13 of the last 14. They win 14 of the next 15 after they beat the Guardians here. First 5 minus a half for the Minnesota Twins. For the player props tomorrow, we're going to start with the pitching prop. The Baltimore Orioles last season made the playoffs. This season, one of the worst teams in the MLB, and I just don't think it's going to change. They've been so poor this season. The bats haven't been swinging well, and they have the worst starting 5 besides the Rockies this season. I think the Orioles are the worst starting 5 in terms of ERA. Dean Kremer is going to be on the mound. We're going to take the over 2.5 runs. Remember, if it's good pitching, we'll take the over outs. If it's poor pitching, we'll take the over runs. He could go 5 or 6 innings because the Orioles have been just beaten up from their starting pitching. They've had to really go into the bullpen over the last several days. But Dean Kremer usually goes 5+ innings for the Orioles, even though he's coming in this one, giving up 30 total runs and 10 home runs on the season. I think the Brewers putting up 5 yesterday on the Twins, they get to Dean early. I still think the Orioles will let Dean go 5 innings because they just don't care, because they're so banged up at the bullpen. They've used so many arms over the last week that they have to make Dean Kremer go 5+ innings. But we're going to take the over 2.5 runs here. We're going to back the Brewers with the bats. Over 2.5 runs for Dean Kremer there. And for the player prop tomorrow on the batting side, Edward Cabrera is the Miami Marlins pitcher on the mound going up against the Chicago Cubs. How about Pete Crow Armstrong for the Chicago Cubs, all the way up to the number 1 spot in that lineup? He has been one of the best players in baseball over the last month and a half. And the series against the White Sox they just got out of, 8 total hits, 8 total RBIs, a home run, 4 runs. He now has a .290 batting average. And I know it's crazy to say, he's up there right now. I know it might not continue. He's up there right now in MVP voting. He has been that good of a player for the Chicago Cubs. He's been one of the best players, like I said, over the last month and a half, getting a really good matchup here going up against Edward Cabrera. Edward Cabrera, what was it, 2022? Yeah, I think it was 2022. The Marlins had him pitching in a game. He was flawless. I think he went like 6 or 7 innings, maybe 1 run given up, had like 8 or 9 strikeouts. The next day, they sent him down to AAA because I think that he was just too good for the Marlins. Ever since then, he's been called back up and he's been in the MLB. But this year, it just hasn't worked. Over the last 2 years, really, it hasn't worked for him. A 5.52 ERA coming into this game, 5 home runs given up. He's given up at least 1 home run in every game but one of his 6 starts this season. Against the White Sox, he was pretty good. 3 hits, 1 home run given up, 1 run. But he has been giving up quite a few hits this season. 5+ hits given up over the last 3 of the 4 games. So I'm going to take Pete Crow Armstrong here, top of the order. He's swinging the bat really well, coming off an 8-hit series going up against the White Sox. Give me his over 1.5 bases as the final play of the day. Let's go to that recap graph for the MLB. We are going to be taking the first 5 Mets -0.5 going up against Boston. Twins first 5 -0.5 going up against the Guardians. Dean Kremer over the 2.5 runs going up against the Brewers. And then Pete Crow Armstrong over 1.5 bases going up against the Miami Marlins as the final play of the day. Guys, it's going to do it for the MLB picks and props for Monday, May 19th slated games. If you guys enjoyed the content, please sure to drop a like on this video and subscribe channel below. See you guys next video, and thanks for watching.